Welcome to another episode of Rocky Mountain Dining and Destination. Jenny is going to show us how to make my personal favorite recipe that she makes of deviled eggs. They're so yummy, and they're always a favorite during any holiday season. As a matter of fact, I just love taking them into work when we have potlucks. And so Jenny's going to show you how to make these.
We're going to make a dozen today, so you get 24 halves. That usually does the job for most parties. And all we do is put the eggs in the pot and boil them for 20 minutes from cold. And that's really important. When you boil your eggs, you just barely cover the tops of the eggs. You put it straight on the boiler, you set it for 20 minutes, and then you pull them off, and then you chill your eggs. That's the perfect time to make the eggs for this particular deviled egg recipe. Don't just put too much water in, just cover the eggs. It's also a good idea to put some salt in your water. And like I said, start from cold. And when you're cooking your eggs, cook them for 20 minutes. Minutes is up, so we're going to pull it off and put it under some cold water to stop the cooking. Run cold water in here and let all the warm water out. And I fill it back up with really cold water. After your eggs are cooled, you just peel them all up. And if you make a mistake, sometimes I even make extra eggs if it's for a fancy party and I don't want some of the eggs to be ruined, because sometimes you mess up an egg. That's just how it goes. Another trick, after you've peeled your egg, run the egg under the water in your sink so that if you have any little teeny bits of shell left on the egg, and sometimes you can't see them, water will wash them away. After your eggs have cooled, been peeled, and dried, the next thing you need to do is split them in half and scoop out their middles so that you can start making the mixture for inside. And we're just finishing up our last egg. Getting them all in here. It really helps if you have one of these little deviled eggs trays. You can get them pretty much anywhere and they're not that expensive. We're going to make the filling for our deviled eggs. And first thing I put in is the mayonnaise. And for 12 eggs, you need a half a cup of mayo. The rest of the ingredients is 2 teaspoons of pickle juice. I think that dill pickle juice tastes way better. For this particular recipe, I suggest that you use dill pickle juice. And the next ingredient is dry mustard, and that's a half a teaspoon. Some people like to use liquid mustard, and believe me, this tastes a lot better. So use ground mustard. And a lot of people like to use liquid mustard, but for this particular recipe, use ground mustard, and I promise you it'll taste a lot better. You need 1 teaspoon of salt, and I suggest that you do not do this over the bowl, because scooping salt out is a lot harder than not. You don't want too much salt in there. So 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. After you have all your ingredients in, combine all of the ingredients. Make sure that it's smooth. You want everything to be combined really well and smooth. And the best way to do that is with a fork to get everything incorporated. After it's smooth, you want it to be all nice and yellow and incorporated. Take a small scoop and start filling your eggs. Just pull and drag. Make sure that you fill them up nice and full, and make sure all of them are full, and then if you have some left over, you can go back and put some in the rest of them that aren't so full. Okay, we're filling up our last egg. Let's get messy, folks. So there you have it. There's all the eggs. And the last thing that I like to do, because it makes it look prettier, there's more color, and it tastes a lot better, is sprinkle it with paprika. So that is the finished product. Deviled eggs, they're delicious. And again, that recipe is 1 dozen eggs, 2 teaspoons of pickle juice, 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of mayo. Thanks for watching.
Ever since having Jenny's deviled eggs, whenever I have another recipe, it's kind of a buzzkill, because I see a deviled egg and I'm like, oh, ooh, yum. And I have it and it's made a different way and it's just a buzzkill. And then I usually come home and say, you need to make your deviled eggs because I just had a teaser today and it wasn't your recipe. I hope you enjoyed. We're gonna come out with other cooking videos, camp cooking, kitchen cooking. We visit ma and pa restaurants around the United States. Dining and destinations that we would recommend will be on this channel, and our favorite cooking recipes. Keep on watching.